This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week's episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Tom, you know about Squarespace.
They're the best.
You make websites with them. We make our website with them.
I make my website, TomReynolds.com, with it.
Well, stop plugging this. This is not about you. This is about Squarespace and their beautiful, award-winning designer templates, Tom. Mm-hmm. You can create a beautiful website or online store with an award-winning template. They're the most beautiful way to present your ideas online. Yeah. And, Tom, your dangerous ideas. They're the most beautiful way, award-winning way to spread Tom Reynolds' dangerous ideas.
Yeah, just dangerous enough to work.
Yeah, it's an all-in-one platform. You can create a website with their all-in-one platform. There's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade freaking ever, Tom.
Yeah, it's one-stop shopping.
Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code GUIDE to get 10% off your first purchase. Tom, Squarespace. Make your next move.
Hello and welcome to the Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, not great.
Yeah.
But guess what? I was considering ending the show.
But this is the first
podcast.
The first I've heard of this.
Yeah, I was thinking, and this isn't a political thing, but we started this podcast right after the inauguration of Barack Hussein Obama, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, when he gets on that helicopter and flies away,
we should get on ours.
Yeah, but guess what?
Yeah.
Turns out we don't have a helicopter, so we have nowhere to go.
But we don't have term limits either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Imagine there were no term limits.
For us, there aren't.
What?
No, yeah, Tim.
Oh,
we can
boy.
keep doing this forever. It can be like a dictatorship.
Provided we get elected every term. Yeah. But I'm doing all right, considering. And when will we end this thing?
The podcast?
Yeah. Oh, no, America. Because guess what?
When is enough enough?
I think we chose, I think we made our decision on when to end America.
When will we end the podcast? I don't know. There should be some kind of like if this ever happens. It could be something, that there.
It's dangerous, though, Tom. Because, I feel like if we said this 3 years ago, it'd be like, when they elect a reality star for a president. I feel like we'll be like, well, when a YouTuber is named Pope, then we'll get out of the game. But it's that's
and then
probably
6 months from now, we'll have to stop the show.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Tim, that's the secret. You put these things out into the world, and they happen.
Like The Secret.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
okay.
The Secret, Tim.
You know what? You said like The Secret,
yeah.
And then I racked my brain for what you were describing, but you said what it was right before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How are you doing this week, Tom?
I'm doing good, Tim. I found out an amazing fact this week that maybe this will cheer you up.
Okay.
I watched this thing. Did I watch it or read it? No, I think I watched it. It was all about the Super Mario Brothers movie and how that all came together. One of the interesting facts about this movie that I had never heard.
Also, Tom.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, there's so much more fulfilling things to do during your day.
Nope.
Or you just...
I beg to differ.
All right.
Tim, I want to learn about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Learn as much as you can about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Did you even see that movie?
Yeah, of course I've seen that movie. Have you seen that movie?
No,
You've never seen that movie?
It seemed so boring, so I didn't see it in the theater.
Uh-huh.
And then it was on TBS or TNT or something.
Yeah.
And I watched 3 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Couldn't make heads or tails of what was going on.
No, it's a bonkers movie.
And also, the thing is, the game is a colorful, whimsical romp.
Yeah.
And the movie is this dystopian future, and it's all washed out, and Dennis Hopper's being...
Well, it's I think they had the same set designer as Blade Runner. They were saying so. It's a very Blade Runner-esque world.
Yeah,
unlike Mario.
Yeah, exactly.
But
it's pronounced Mario. But go on.
When they were writing the movie, obviously it was a tough movie to write because there's not much of a story to those video games.
No, the princess
gets kidnapped by Koopa, and Mario, a plumber from Brooklyn, has to go save her.
Yeah, with his brother Luigi.
Right.
Who is just kind of come on, man.
No, that's not in any of the games. There's no part where Luigi's like, oh, come on, man.
No. I'm saying, come on, man. Get your own girlfriend.
Hey, wants to help out his brother.
There's a limit. I love my brother. He's a great guy.
Right.
There's a limit to how many adventures I'd go on to save his kidnapped girlfriend.
How many worlds you would go through.
Yeah.
But so when they were writing the movie, they had a bunch of people try their hand.
Also, at some point, there's like lava and fireballs and big monsters.
Yeah, it's not really in the movie, though.
Call the authorities.
Tim, there are no authorities in the Mushroom Kingdom. He's in a different universe, a different realm.
Well, you know what? After Super Mario Brothers 1, maybe freaking organize. Maybe band everybody together and be like, Koopas, Koopa Troopas,
you're being taken advantage of.
Toads,
yeah,
princesses,
Yoshis,
everybody. We need to
Yoshis of all colors.
Exactly.
Depending on what shell they just ate.
We need to band together and create a society. We have a great society. We have all these buildings. We have no rule of law here.
We have all these buildings. They don't have any buildings. All they've got are bricks floating in the air.
I don't know. There's castles. There's a lot of castles.
Yeah, those are Koopas, though. Well, I guess the Mushroom Kingdom, like the Mushroom King, he has some.
Yeah, I just think there needs to be a broader. Then if the only buildings are controlled by Koopa, who's stealing people's stealing princesses willy-nilly, there needs to be an uprising. There needs to be a revolution. Well, it can't be these two brothers fighting them single-handedly.
Well, no, they're leading the charge. They're everybody's they're rallying the troops.
I guess so. I guess I get Yoshi and Toad in on it. Okay, go on.
Anyway, they were trying to get people to write it. So apparently at one point, they were trying, Dustin Hoffman wanted to play Mario.
Really?
Yeah. There was like a whole Dustin Hoffman, Tom Hanks, like all these guys.
Wait, who did they finally get?
Bob Hoskins.
All right. Look, you pretend like Bob Hoskins is an actor that like, you're like, oh, of course him. If he wasn't in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you would have never heard of this guy.
I know Bob Hoskins, and he looks the most like Mario out of any of those guys.
That's true.
But anyway,
and John Leguizamo is actually a pretty good Luigi.
Yeah. No, it's good casting.
It's 93. Tom Hanks wanted to do this around like Philadelphia and Forrest Gump.
So it was before then, and Tom Hanks' stock was low. That they were like, nah, they passed on Hanks.
Best thing that ever happened to Tom Hanks.
Yeah. But apparently at one point,
Tom Hanks was like,
oh my God, I just want to tell you the one thing.
Was Tom Hanks like, well, Dragnet went well. Why don't we do the same thing, but with Super Mario Brothers?
I think there were a bunch of Hollywood actor guys that were like, my kids love this shit.
Yeah.
Let me come in and do it. But they probably thought like, well, I just run sideways down a set for an hour and the movie's done.
Yeah, but you hurt your head on all those
No,
bricks.
he uses his fist. Look closely. Anyway, they hired the guy who wrote Rain Man to write the script for Super Mario Brothers.
This is when Dustin Hoffman was attached?
Yeah. No, it was like, I think it was after that, but, it was like that guy stuck around longer than Dustin Hoffman.
Gotcha.
And apparently the script he turned in was just Rain Man rewritten with Mario and Luigi.
Wait, like a find and replace?
Yeah, like not literally, but he was fired for turning in a script that was too much like Rain Man, which I feel like that would have been an insane movie.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
Yeah, Rain Man taking place in like I don't know who, if it was Mario or Luigi that was the Dustin Hoffman character as opposed to the Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise, but that would have been a bonkers movie.
Yeah, I kind of. I don't really. What happened in Rain Man?
Tom Cruise had to go take care of his brother,
right?
Raymond from Everybody Loves Raymond,
right?
And
so Tom Cruise was playing the deep voice man then.
Yeah, he was playing. Hi, Raymond. He was playing that guy.
All right.
And then he had to take him across the country to go live somewhere else, I think. And then they stopped in Vegas because he could count cards.
Here's all I remember.
Yeah.
There was one point when I was watching this movie with my parents when I was... you know what phrase I'm going to start using?
What?
When I was a boy.
Okay.
When I was a boy, I was watching this with my parents because they were like, "Oh, this is like an Oscar-winning movie."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Watch this movie," and I was like, "Okay." And we were watching it for the first time, blockbuster.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in the movie where Tom Hanks, I think, is romancing a woman.
Tom Hanks is not in Raymond.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Man, imagine. He would have had quite a streak.
Yeah.
Rain Man, Philadelphia Gump,
The
Angels and
trifecta.
Demons.
Angels and Demons was way later.
Yeah. But like one of his classics, right? One of his three classics, they
Yeah.
say. And so Dustin Hoffman was outside the door mimicking the noises of Tom Cruise and a lady getting down in a hotel room. And I was just like, I don't want to be watching this with my parents.
Yeah.
And I was like 7 maybe.
Yeah,
And that's the only scene I remember of the whole movie because it was just like, I don't want to be watching this movie right now.
Maybe they kind of stole that in Forrest Gump.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
GD thing happened in the theater when I saw that movie. My parents insisted on watching movies where people
with learning disabilities
Yeah.
mimic the sounds of people having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Well, that
God.
was that was their genre that they loved
Jesus.
exposing their child to.
Learning a lot about it. I don't think I'm entirely comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that I learned. Dennis Hopper is the...
He's King Koopa, yeah.
You know that Dennis Hopper showed this movie to his kid? Mm-hmm. And his kid was like, Dad, why did you do this movie?
Yeah.
And his kid went like... Dennis Hopper went, I do these things so I can buy you shoes. And his son or daughter just went, I don't need shoes that badly.
Yeah.
According to Dennis Hopper of Easy Rider fame. That's what he said.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper, he was an interesting guy because he was always in, like, obviously he was a great actor, but he was one of those guys that anything that came across his desk, he was like, sure, I'll be in it. He was in a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
A lot of great movies and a lot of garbage movies. I like actors like that. They're just like, I just got to work.
Yeah, I mean, he started a revolution in Hollywood in the late 60s, and then he was like, I started this, so now just give me money for everything.
Yeah. But then he wasn't in that Easy Rider 2 that they made.
Who was in that? Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks, yeah. Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, and Ray Romano.
Tom.
Yes.
This week's episode topic is ripped from the headlines. Devastating news, depending on, or wonderful news, depending on where you fall on the culture wars here in America.
Right.
The circus. This is the perfect week to be, and I'm not talking about those clowns in Congress, Tom.
Oh, geez, Tim. You're getting so political.
Yeah. Circus, more like these inauguration festivities we saw earlier today.
Oh, boy, that was a 3-ring circus.
Yeah.
Unto itself.
3 rings, more like, hey, 3 rings, one for each wedding ring that Donald Trump had to buy his 3 wives.
That's true. That's true.
Trenchant.
Yeah.
Social commentary. Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Devastating news or great news.
News. Let's just say it's news, Tim. Be impartial for once in your life.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Yes.
Is folding up that old big top of theirs.
Yes. Taking it down.
Taking it back home to Iowa and putting it back in the shed.
Yeah. The circus is never coming to town again.
Yeah. Which is like kind of jarring news, even though I have not been to the circus in probably 30 years.
I've not been to the circus in months.
And I haven't heard of anybody going to
Yeah.
I know people with like small children, families, and like not once has ever like I took my kid to the circus, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because the circus is a scam. The whole thing's just
Ooh, bold.
Well, I mean,